All right, today's Sunday, January 20th, 2019. Just want to do a quick video here, show progress of the 64. So yesterday, over the course of the last couple days, and mainly yesterday, I got the quarter windows installed. The weather strip is still a really tight fit now that you have all these different things in motion. You have the window sweep, the roof rail, this quarter window weather strip. You have the door weather strip. So the door's still not quite closing. It's getting better every other day or so. I just wish it was a lot warmer, because today it's in the 30s. So really need to let that weather strip break in. But it's getting there. I can't really do a final adjustment on the window until the door closes better. So I'm thinking about maybe taking the latch out, the striker or the latch inside the door jambs, and maybe tape the door shut or something to do a final adjustment. But it's pretty much there. I don't think there's really more adjustment that needs to be done. Overall, got a pretty good seal around the roof rail. The window sweep is really tight, so that's good. Go around the other side here. Finished this one up yesterday. It's more of the same. Pretty good seal. But man, it was really a pain in the ass to get these quarter windows in. It's definitely a two-person job. In the past, I've done it by myself. On the 62 and 63, it can be done one person, but two people makes it a lot easier. So the process is, so we struggled with this yesterday mainly because of the spring issue that was going on with the front doors. The spring on the regulator, it was pretty much the same thing on these quarter windows. And then it doesn't help that one of the switches is bad, so I had to trace that down. And then I had an issue with my ground wire. For some reason, I'm grounding the motors right there to themselves and running this straight to the battery. The ground wire, for some reason, just stopped working. I don't know why. I messed with it for like an hour. Maybe the wire must have came frayed inside somehow. I've never came across that ever in my life, that a wire can be working 1 minute and then 5 minutes later you go to move the switch the same way you just finished moving it and it doesn't move. Change the ground wire out and it works, and it's continued to work. So I've never seen that before, where it just stops working. But that happened, so I had to trace that down too. I spent an hour doing that. So there's a process to doing this. Whenever you go to install, it's got a lot of fingerprints on it and stuff. But so you want the window to sit basically as if it were rolled up. Okay. You have your regulator in there, but not bolted. So in there and laying down. And then you have your channel, your roller channel, the one that it bolts here. It's two rollers. It goes up and it bolts here. So your quarter window has a roller here and one down here that mate in that channel and go down. So the way the window goes is it goes back a little bit and then it tucks in like that. It's not a convertible. A convertible is just going to slice back like that. This one goes kind of back and then forward. Okay. So you have all this in place. This piece right here, you can put that in at any time. It's a bolt here, 7/16, 7/16. That can go at any time. It just meets up with a roller. Don't even worry about that. And then on the quarter window, it has a little U-shaped channel with two Phillips screws. That can go in any time also. So basically, you have your regulator in, you have your big piece in, your big channel, and then the channel is in front of the regulator. So then you bolt your regulator in. Meanwhile, you have somebody that's holding the glass for you. So you bolt your regulator up, 7/16 bolt. Pretty much everything on this thing is 7/16. 7/16. And then you have your channel mocked up here, and you have somebody holding the window, and they're trying to get the rollers in once the rollers are in, or you kind of mate the channel to the rollers instead of trying to bolt the channel into the car and then put your window in. You're gonna be there for hours trying to get that done. So it's easier to have the channel in there loosely, have somebody holding the glass, and then kind of push the window in a little bit and mate your channel to the rollers. Once that's done, then you can put your bolts in, and you can put your bottom adjustment bolts in, and that's pretty much it. And then you can slide this onto your roller. It's really easy. And then you can push the window down manually. You push the window down until it's about right here. You hit the switch on your motor, the actuator comes up or down, and you put your little U-shaped channel in, screw that in, and you're pretty much done. And then you you still have adjustments, of course, but that's getting the window bolted in. Once it's bolted in, you can go up or down with it until you get it adjusted. There's forward adjustments, there's up and down adjustments. This is a stopper that I took out. I noticed no difference from taking it out or having it in. In fact, having it in doesn't let it roll up all the way, even when it's adjusted fully out. So I just took it out. One thing I can say is these things, I don't know, maybe it's operator error, but it just seems like it doesn't go in exactly how it was. So I'm real curious how these things were put together in the 60s, or how fast they actually moved up and down, or how tight the weather strips were, if they leaked. I mean, obviously with these cars rusted out the way they did, makes me wonder if the weather strip was ever a good seal, from the beginning, especially on a convertible. I don't even know if the convertibles were watertight from the factory. Probably not. But anyways, it's in. We got it wired up. I have to order a new switch, but the other switches seem to work. I'm using a 12-volt DeWalt battery. So the same process is for the other side also. The main tip is you have your glass in, and you push it down a little bit, and then you mate your rollers to the glass instead of bolting your rollers in, your channels in, and then trying to stuff the rollers in at the same time, because there's a roller up here and the other one is down here on the window. So you're trying to mate them. You're going to be there all day fighting with it. So 2 people. I mean, we got this window. We had to take this particular window out probably, I think, 3 times because of the spring issue. And we got it down to where we can take it out and put it back in probably 4 minutes with 2 people after it's all figured out. So this thing was blown apart. So I know exactly how everything works on this thing. And then you have your access panel. That's got to go back on. Still got to do a lot of cleanup in here. Probably put some insulation over this thing since I have some left over. But that's pretty much the gist of it. So all the door glass is done. We went ahead and used a little angle grinder with some 60 grit to clean off all the undercoating or whatever the hell this stuff is. So at least we have bare metal contact where that holds the actuator. So we're guaranteed a good ground on that. Went ahead and did that to all the actuators, all the motors. We just took it to bare metal on the doors where it bolts, so it's guaranteed a good ground. So vent windows in, door glass is in, quarter windows are in, front and rear windshield is in, all the glasses in the car. I put my rear view mirror in. I got a lock kit, put that in. But that's pretty much it. Honestly. So this car came with power windows. I don't know. I can honestly say that if I'm perfectly fine with manual windows. I think power windows are cool. It's a cool factor. But I just don't see it as useful as something like a power seat or a tilt steering or air condition. Power window, like I say, it's a cool factor. It's a good conversation piece. They look cool going up and down. But in my opinion, it's just something else that can go wrong, something else that can break. Your switches can go bad. You can have a bad ground you have to chase down. It just opens up a lot of opportunity for more problems. So if this car didn't have power windows, I probably wouldn't have put them on. I would have went manual and been happy. All the cars I've had have manual. I had a 60. It had power windows as aftermarket kit. The reason why I bought that was because it was a 60 convertible, and the car didn't come with any regulators at all. And I think those are 60. I think it's a year specific, if I'm not sure. Maybe 59 might be the same, but you're talking 59 or 60 convertible only window regulators. You know, good luck finding those when you can just buy a kit that's power window. So this is the second Impala I've had with power windows. First time installing them. Everything works so far. So that's pretty much the gist of it. Everything, like I say, is still a really tight fit. I mean, like, you can't slam the doors yet or anything because the weather strip is really tight. Hold on one second there. So everything lines up pretty good. We still have a door gap to mess with. Really, it's in pressure. Right here is what's causing the pressure, not at the striker, but at the front of the door. So I don't know if this needs to be shimmed out maybe. I just have to spend a day messing with that. But just a quick update. Door glasses are in. They work. Next is going to be lay down the wiring for the back of the car, tail lights, rear body harness. Then the quarter armrests can go in, the panels can go in, the top of the back seat can go in. And the carpet, I guess, at that point, then the lower back seat, and then start the wiring on the car. I did order everything for this crate motor. I spent a lot of money this past week on that, but I got an Edelbrock intake, got an Edelbrock 4-barrel. They're both powder coated black, or I believe the carburetor is anodized black. I got some finned valve covers. I got ceramic manifolds that look like the originals. Got a water pump, fuel pump, power steering pump, pulley. Got the belts, spark plugs, everything for the motor except the distributor and the wires. Gaskets, fuel pump push rod, which I got out the old 283. So this coming week I should be getting a lot of stuff to put on this motor. I'm going to build it right here on the stand, just put it together. It's not really building it, it's just kind of bolting stuff on. And so we're moving right along. So the next big step is going to be dressing up this crate 50 or crate 350 and wiring. So stay tuned for more updates, and thanks for watching.